AMC stock is going parabolic here today. It has been one of the most explosive moves that we have seen in a very long time. AMC stock up in between 15 and 20% likely by the time you guys are watching this video. What in the world is going on? Why was this so predictable? And where is AMC stock going to go from here? Because after all, we have called this rally pretty perfectly over the last couple of weeks. So let's get into all of this key information that will help you to make money. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you guys learn anything out of this video. And boy, let's get into it. So AMC stock coming down a little bit here today, only up about 13%. So this is a very volatile day. You're going up and down a percentage almost on a minute by minute basis. So it is a very volatile situation, but it's showing a lot of very positive momentum to that upside. And specifically here today, if you're looking at the technicals, that I think is one of the most promising things that we have seen in a while. This right here, breaking out above the 100-day moving average, as well as this downtrending level of resistance, that granted, you've been under this for over a year now. Since last time you were above this was back here, September of 2021, or you have to go back to the June rally to get above this blue line. So now you're turning from a downtrend into an uptrend, and we'll come back and talk about some of the technical indicators and levels that you need to know, especially heading throughout the next couple of days. But let's get into exactly what is causing this move today, as well as the data that you need to know. So there's something specific happening with AMC stock here today. But on top of that, you also are getting some weird news about Bed Bath & Beyond about to actually go bankrupt. I know we've been hearing about this for a while, but they're trying to figure out what to do with assets that Bed Bath & Beyond has. And literally, the bankruptcy headlines might be helping to cause Bed Bath & Beyond to go up over 100% here on the day. Most importantly, with AMC, this is actually a development fundamentally that is positive for the business. So this was put out 51 minutes ago, so this just shows you how volatile this situation is. It says shares of AMC Entertainment have surged more than 5% today. This move comes as the company announces a variable pricing program. Additionally, analysts now forecast a potential sector-wide rebound in theater attendance. And that was the big news that came out this morning, is that you are almost at pre-COVID levels for theater attendance. Now, as far as the variable pricing goes, this says AMC stock surges on varied pricing tiers. I've always wondered why variable pricing wasn't a thing in the movie theater business. Indeed, it's clear to anyone who's been to a movie that there are premium seats and, shall we say, less desirable seats to choose from. While certain theaters allow for seat reservations, the first come first served model always rubbed me the wrong way. The idea of having to show up a half hour early or more for the privilege of overpaying for popcorn and having my seat kicked never enticed me. That said, I know I would have loved to spend a little extra cash when I was in college and would happily have picked the cheap seats. And today, I'd happily pay extra to sit in the middle. If movie theaters are expected to be packed moving forward, as analysts seem to believe will be the case, then perhaps this sort of variable pricing model may capture the greatest amount of value from customers. In general, I think it's a good move. Says today's stock price appreciation appears to reflect this sentiment among investors. So this is potentially a lot of untapped potential that can now be provided to us, right? Because a lot of people are right? You would pay a little bit extra to be in the better seats. I always prefer to go, like, not quite to the top, but in that area, just because you can see everything a little bit better. But nonetheless, this is unlocking a lot of potential opportunity and potential profits for AMC. And if you do go ahead and type in AMC, like quite literally AMC stock news, you're going to find this article from Yahoo Finance. And this says AMC stock may get a lift as movie theater visits rebound. And this is an analyst on Yahoo Finance that broke all of this down. We're not going to play the whole video just because we're not going to do that. Long story short, movie theater attendance is getting close to those pre-pandemic levels, and we're expecting a really good box office for 2023. Couple that together, and you're in, you know, some much better financial situations than you were over the last 2 years for AMC, and that is also another big reason why people are getting excited about AMC. So I think the flexible pricing is definitely a factor on the day, something not a lot of people actually seeing coming that should have happened, right? This is not like it's going to drive away people from theaters. It's going to add revenue to AMC. That's the bottom line. This fundamentally changed the game. So you might actually see a lot of continued strength to the upside based off of this, because again, it is fundamentally positive, and it fundamentally you know, shakes up the case for short sellers with their short positions. It makes it a little bit less desirable to have that short position. Now, on top of all of that, let's get into the specific data on the day for AMC that you also probably want to know about. So you are still on the threshold securities list, and we'll talk about what's going to be happening throughout the rest of this week as far as how many millions of shares need to be bought by the hedge funds and market makers to close out of these positions that are subject to the T+35 rule. Now, as far as today, you're sitting at 22.64% short interest of free float. Live short interest, meaning the amount of shares currently sold short, is sitting at 116.62 million shares. And you are seeing the cost to borrow rate still heavily elevated. The interactive broker's short availability is at 385% cost to borrow rates, with 0 shares currently available to be traded. Cost to borrow average is at 360%, cost to borrow max is at 423%, and cost to borrow minimum sits down there at 7.6%. Obviously, these numbers are helping to, again, squeeze out shorts from their short positions. No, I don't think this is the short squeeze. You're just not seeing any indication of that happening. I would think a small degree of shorts are covering, but I think this really goes against the whole short AMC, buy ape into the conversion kind of theory, as the fundamental case does get better and better and better. It doesn't necessarily mean that AMC is going to go down, especially after that reverse stock split happens, after ape gets converted into AMC. Granted, if that does happen, the stronger fundamentally the company gets, and this was a big move here today, a decisive move today by AMC, then it makes that trade a little bit less desirable, and it makes the odds that you're going to make money on that trade a lot lower, thus meaning you could have some hedge fund positioning on the bullish side, on the long side for AMC here today. Now let's get into the option activity that we are seeing. 237 orders totaling about $29 million, positive order value of 14%. Now you are seeing a lot of call activity heading through. If you just look at individual orders down here, you're seeing a lot of calls coming through. A February 17th $6.50 call, February 10th $7 call, January 19, 2024, $3 call, February 10th, $4 call, April 21st, $3 call, right? You get the idea. This goes on and on and on. Some hedge funds betting for $8 by the end of next week. Look at these hedge funds with $11.50 calls, $12 calls, $12.50 calls by this Friday. So some people are starting to look at AMC like this stock could go a lot higher, could potentially double in this trading week. And that is something that we have to reevaluate in another video, especially after today. What could the rest of this week look like within AMC? Now, that is really the data over here on Ortex that you needed to know. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the failure to deliver numbers that we're going to be getting for this week. So today is February 6th. You really didn't have anything coming due here today, But what you are going to get, according to this chartexchange.com, is tomorrow you're going to see 716,000 FTDs that need to be closed out, 861,000 on Wednesday, 583,000 on Thursday, and 2.2 million FTDs that need to be closed out on Friday. So you're seeing a lot of failure to delivers that are coming due. And even for next week, you're going to see 1.5 million FTDs from basically Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday that will also need to be closed out. And that could be why you're seeing some of this very bullish positioning by the hedge funds. Now, a quick look at the technicals before we do go ahead and wrap up this video, because I want to take a closer look at them in the next video. You broke out above that key 100-day moving average. You broke out like nothing above this downtrending level of resistance, and I think right here this will offer us a lot of support in the short term, but could also make AMC go through a pretty explosive rally over the next coming days, guys. That is going to be it for this video. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. She just tripped over a toy box that I opened for her, and she goes, "Oh no." Oh boy, oh boy. That is it. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one.